Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Leah. This is Homeschool at Heart, and today we're going to talk about curriculum hits and misses. So we don't have a lot of misses, you guys. I talked to my kids about this topic right before I started making this video, and they didn't have a lot of negative feedback, which I feel like is a win. But I was like, okay, is it okay to still do this video when I don't have a lot of misses to really share? So it's gonna be a mostly hits video. So I'll talk to you guys about our favorite things, and then I'll talk about there's only two things that I wish I would have done better or chosen differently for this year. So first big hit, everybody agreed, science. Harbor and Sprout is a winner at our house. So I cannot wait to keep going with it next year. We did 7 different units this school year, and we have loved every single one. There wasn't a single one that I would say was not good. We just loved them all. So we did paleontology, oceanography, forestry, textiles and fashion, forensic science, homesteading, and we're finishing up beekeeping as we speak. So all of them have been so good. We have loved all of the book lists and the experiments and just the colorful, fun things inside of each one of the units. We have loved all the QR codes that send us to YouTube on different rabbit trails. It has just been a really great science year for us. So next up on hits, my kids, I enrolled them in a musical theater class here near us that's called Team Broadway, and they have had the best time doing all the singing and dancing and acting, hanging out with kids their ages, and making, I think, what will be some, lifetime friendships over the course of this past year. It has been such a joy to watch them. And kind of along those same lines, they've been taking voice lessons because I have a couple of kids who really want to do musical theater. And so I thought, okay, this will be good. The instructor who does the musical theater classes added a second instructor to his group. And she is actually somebody that my sister did these same musical theater classes with when she was a teenager. And it's been really fun getting to reconnect with Miss Aubrey and to get to spend time with her and get to learn from her. It's just been kind of magical, to be honest. I have loved going with my kids to all of their classes. And they have no complaints. They have loved all of those things too. We're actually going to be kind of sad when the summer happens because the school pays for these classes. So we'll have to take a break, but then I think we'll be refreshed and ready for fall. So the other big hit in our school year this year was field trips. We took more field trips than we ever have before, and it really was so fun. It's been just such a fun school year this year. We went and saw the tide pools. We went to Lake Isabella 2 times and did some nature hikes and nature study there. We went to the mission at San Juan Capistrano. We went to Sacramento. There's going to be a video coming up about that trip. And just a lot of small day things where we just took a break from our books and went and did things outside. It's been such a good year for that, and I'm really glad that we did all of those things. Okay guys, so let's talk about the couple of misses that we had. So this was the biggest one to me, and this was like a curriculum choice that I made, and I wish I hadn't made it. So we use Moving Beyond the Page for all 3 of my kids. I feel like for my big kids, it worked out really well. I do feel like they probably didn't need it, but the school that we charter through gave us very few choices that didn't include like a bajillion subjects for language arts. So to keep it simple, we went with Moving Beyond the Page because they include reading, writing, grammar, and spelling in, like, if you look on the website. Now, practically, I feel like they barely touch on grammar and barely touch on spelling, but they do a lot of reading and writing. So this one is the one that we used for Charlotte this year. It's Moving Beyond the Page student activity book for ages 6 to 8. And what it is it's supposed to be a pretty comprehensive, like, every subject curriculum. But I feel like it was the jack of all trades and the master of none kind of situation, where I feel like they barely touched on things. So we used it more for social studies than we did for reading. So I had to go back to All About Reading with Charlotte for her reading program, which is fine, but I had bought this for her reading program, and it really did not do anything to help her learn how to read. So that is my curriculum miss. She will be doing Moving Beyond the Page, but not this type. So it'll be a strictly reading program next year, because I feel like she has gotten to a point where we can read chapter books a little bit better. Or if nothing else, I will read to her and then she can do the work in the books, and she'll just read something that's a little more her level. So that's that one. The other one has nothing to do with the actual curriculum and more to do with the fact that I didn't spend enough time. I didn't give it the time it deserved. So, and it's because we're not responsible to the school for this subject, and it was Spanish. So I didn't feel like I mean, we worked on it. We worked on memorizing some of it, but we never spent the time to actually try to have conversation. So we've been using TalkBox Mom, which is a wonderful curriculum. I actually really love it. However, like I said, I did not give enough time for actual practicing. So I think for next year, I want to try it again, but I also need to say we're going to have, this hour where in our house we only speak Spanish. So that's difficult. And so it's gonna be something that we have to just make sure we do. So I felt like we didn't really progress that much. My kids can recognize a lot of words, but they can't speak them. So part of the program is using the language, and we just didn't use it. So it's not TalkBox Mom's fault. It is fully my fault, and we're gonna fix it. So those are the hits and misses for this school year. Let me know in the comments if you have any kind of similar situations. If you have any hits and misses of your own, I would love to know about it. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Today I have some guests who would like to tell you some jokes. All right, this is Beth. She's going to tell you guys a hopefully funny joke.
How can you tell if a tree is a dogwood tree?
I don't know how.
You check its bark.
You're so funny. Okay, next. They wanted to tell you guys jokes. Okay, Charlotte is 8 years old. Charlotte, what's your joke?
So, what happens when you mix the Atlantic Ocean and a cartoon duck?
I don't know what.
Saltwater Daffy.
Ah! You're so funny.
Okay, hopefully this is funny, but I've never tried it out on anyone before.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you do when you got braces?
I don't know what.
You suck it up. Get it? Because it's in your mouth.
There you go, guys. Kid jokes galore. Hopefully that brightens your day. Thank you, and we'll talk to you next time.